We're getting there. So describe the age of imperialism. Why did the US and countries in Europe think it was vital to build up their militaries and expand their influence past their own borders? What type of issues could arise from this expansion? There you go. So again, we will talk about the build up to World War I and how these European countries are all aiming sights at each other. They're all expanding, imperializing areas. It's going to lead to eventual war. I want to share the video. Share the video. What's up? Oh, Tanner, Matt, current events for Friday. Don't forget. Huh? Okay. Your eyes. Oh, it squints. That's a sandlot, right? That's gonna be a joke for the end of the year. Enrique. Huh? Did I? Well, what? I did. Sorry. Thanks, Barbara, President. I'm sorry, that's where we start off. Hey, the first chapter wasn't about war. A little bit, you're right. You're not wrong. Woodstock. Maybe we'll mention it towards the end of the year. Towards the end of the year. Woodstock. All right, we done? All right, so the age of imperialism. Describe it. What is imperialism? What does that mean? You just went over it. No, what does it mean? Okay, all right, good, good, good. So the United States, 3 reasons of imperialism. Number 1, well, the European countries were doing it first. And where were they doing it? What game did we play in the beginning of chapter 2? The scramble for Africa. Yep, good job. So these European countries expanding down to Africa. We talked about the Berlin Conference, how that was set up to try to prevent future war. And Otto von Bismarck, who we'll mention, you'll read about a little bit today. Okay, he is really the first leader of the unified Germany. Okay, and he does this by having a strong military. And we'll mention how Germany was kind of split up into different German-speaking areas, kind of like territories in a way. And he believed with Germany and all the inspiration coming out of it, the new wave of the Industrial Revolution, that if they just unified this land, this area, well, this is going to be a force to be reckoned with. And he was right. And with Otto von Bismarck, we'll talk about him a lot and how buildup of World War I starts with him. Okay, really starts with him. So the age of imperialism is this idea where these countries, strongest will survive. Okay, what was that term called again? Where we're applying this theory of evolution to these countries expanding their dominance and sphere of influence in the world. Gail? Social Darwinism. Yeah, good job. Good job. So it's interesting to know about, especially through this industrial age and this modern age, okay, where these countries are expanding past their own borders and extracting resources from these lands that they can't find in their own country and utilizing these lands and these territories as military bases to expand their influence. So if all these European countries are doing this all at once, yeah, the Berlin Conference was set up to try to prevent a war from happening, but we all know it's inevitable, right? It's going to happen sooner or later. That these European countries are going to all clash together, whether it's outside their own borders, let's say in these territories in Africa, or at their own borders. And we all know World War I happens, and this is why it's called a global conflict, because these territories acquired all around the world. Okay, they're going to draw in people from these territories to fight in the wars in Europe. And there's going to be a lot of conflicts in the Middle East, okay, moving down into parts of Turkey where the Ottoman Empire is, okay, at that time. That's why and how this moves into a global conflict. So, like I mentioned, I think it's important to start with Germany, really, okay, and how this country is being formed and unified during the mid 1800s, and really where the origins of World War I happens, okay. So I think it's important to learn a little bit about that. And as the United States is rising as a world power, so is Germany at the same time. And we'll note there's a little bit more advancements coming from Germany than even America, and even in Great Britain, and how this country is going to be really the top dog in the world, okay? And how it takes a lot of these countries to come together and form alliances to stop this military threat rising in Germany. All right, is there any questions on the bell ring? You see how imperialism is tearing over to World War I? Okay, it's going to be one of the causes. We'll talk about 4 other causes probably next week. All right, so no terms for today. I'm going to save those for Friday when we review this assignment that I have for you. But right now, I like you guys to work on this assignment. So like I mentioned, it's not due tomorrow, but it will be due Friday. It's a little bit of a longer read, but there's only like 3 or 4 questions. So it shouldn't take it too long. Oh, I had a pretest for you. Oh, we will do that Friday as well. How about we just save that for Friday? So it's called Otto von Bismarck and the Unification of Germany. That is the assignment for today. Please use your time wisely. You have about 6 minutes. So you can work on that right now, start reading, answer some of the questions. Again, it's due Friday. It's not due tomorrow because of the presentation. What's that? Friday. Yes. Is that what it says on Canvas? Huh? They're in. Yep. Yep, they're in. They are in Sapphire. So is there any questions? We all know what we're doing. We're working on the assignment, right? Eddie. All righty. There you go.